the country that shouldn't exist, how the Netherlands defeated the sea. Imagine a country where nearly 1/3 of the land lies below sea level. A country where one of Europe's busiest airports serves tens of millions of passengers every year, even though it's built on the bottom of a former lake, more than 4 meters 13 feet below sea level. In some places, the land sinks almost 7 meters 23 feet below the ocean's surface. By the laws of nature, this country should be underwater. And if every pump suddenly stopped working, it eventually would be. Within days, water would begin reclaiming the land. Yet today, nearly 18 million people live, work, and thrive here. Modern cities flourish, fertile farmland stretches for miles, and the country ranks among the wealthiest on earth. This is the Netherlands, a nation that has been fighting the sea for over 1,000 years. And somehow, it's winning. Today, we'll discover how the Dutch literally built their country with their own hands, explore the world's most advanced flood defense system, revisit the devastating flood that changed history forever, uncover the truth behind the famous boy with his finger in the dike story, and reveal why the Dutch are now doing something completely unexpected. They're giving land back to the sea. There's an old European saying, God created the world, but the Dutch created the Netherlands. It's only half a joke. The Netherlands, whose name literally means low countries, sits in the vast delta where several great European rivers, including the Rhine, flow into the North Sea. For thousands of years, these rivers carried sand and sediment, creating a flat, marshy landscape filled with swamps, wetlands, and tidal channels. It was beautiful, but almost impossible to live on. The Romans described the local people as living on tiny mounds, surrounded by endless water. Those mounds were called terps, artificial hills built basket by hand. Instead of trying to stop floods, early settlers simply raised their homes above them. Many of these ancient terps still exist today, with churches and farms standing where they have for nearly 2,000 years. That was the beginning of the Dutch battle against the sea. Around 1,000 years ago, everything changed. Instead of hiding from the water, people began building dikes around entire areas of land. This marked the birth of one of history's greatest engineering revolutions. But something equally important emerged alongside the dikes. Cooperation. A broken dike doesn't just flood one farmer, it floods everyone. Communities soon realized that survival depended on working together. They formed elected water boards responsible for maintaining dikes, collecting taxes, and ensuring everyone did their part. Remarkably, these water boards still exist today. They're even older than the Dutch state itself. Many historians believe that the Dutch culture of cooperation, compromise, and practical problem-solving was shaped by this constant battle against water. Because when the sea is rising, everyone is equal. Keeping the sea out solved only half the problem. Rainwater, rivers, and groundwater still collected inside the protected land. So the Dutch invented something that would become one of their most iconic symbols: the windmill. Most people think Dutch windmills were built to grind grain. Many certainly did, but thousands of them had another job: pumping water. Powered by the wind, they lifted water from low-lying land into canals, which carried it safely back to the sea. This system created one of humanity's greatest engineering achievements. The polder. A polder is land reclaimed from water, surrounded by dikes and kept dry by canals and pumps. But there's one rule. The pumps can never stop. Ever. Turn them off long enough, and the sea takes everything back. Over the centuries, the Dutch reclaimed entire lakes. One of the most famous was Haarlemmermeer. Today, that's where Amsterdam Schiphol Airport stands. An international airport, built where ships once sailed. Although traditional windmills are now mostly historical landmarks, modern pumping stations quietly continue the same work around the clock. Thousands operate every day. Together, they move astonishing amounts of water out of the country. In many ways, the Netherlands is one enormous bathtub that never stops draining. But there was one night when the sea fought back. On February 1, 1953, a powerful North Sea storm combined with an exceptionally high tide. Water levels rose dramatically. Old dikes, weakened by years of neglect after World War II, began to fail. In darkness, dozens of breaches opened. Entire villages disappeared beneath freezing water, while families escaped onto rooftops. More than 1,800 people lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands were left homeless. For the Netherlands, it was a national tragedy comparable to wartime devastation. The disaster changed everything. The Dutch government responded with one promise: never again. That promise became the Delta Works, an enormous system of dams, flood barriers, sluices, and storm surge defenses stretching across the southwest of the country. The American Society of Civil Engineers later named it one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. Among its greatest achievements is the Oosterschelde storm surge barrier. Instead of permanently closing off the sea, engineers designed giant movable gates. Normally, they're open, allowing tides to flow naturally and protecting marine life. Only during dangerous storms do the gates close. It was far more expensive than building a solid dam, but it preserved an entire ecosystem. Another masterpiece is the Meeslint Barrier near Rotterdam. Its enormous floating gates automatically swing shut whenever computers predict dangerously high water levels. Each gate is roughly the size of the Eiffel Tower lying on its side. The entire process is automated because the cost of human hesitation could be catastrophic. The Dutch don't simply hope their flood defenses work. They calculate risk with extraordinary precision. The country's most important defenses are designed to withstand storms expected only once every 10,000 years. Every dike is inspected regularly. Weak points are reinforced before they become dangerous. For the Dutch, prevention is always cheaper than disaster. Long before the Delta Works, the Dutch had already reshaped geography itself. In the early 20th century, they built the 32-kilometer of Sluitdijk, sealing off the dangerous Zuiderzee from the North Sea. The saltwater bay gradually became the freshwater IJsselmeer. Then they did something almost unbelievable. They drained parts of the former sea itself. The result was Flevoland, the world's largest artificial island and the Netherlands' newest province. Today, hundreds of thousands of people live on land that was underwater just a century ago. Archaeologists even discovered hundreds of shipwrecks buried beneath the reclaimed seabed. Farmers occasionally find ancient ship timbers beneath their fields. They are literally farming the ocean floor. You've probably heard the story about the little Dutch boy who saved his country by plugging a leaking dike with his finger. It's one of the world's most famous Dutch legends. Except, it never happened. The story was actually invented by an American author in the 19th century. Ironically, tourists believed it so strongly that the Dutch eventually built statues honoring a hero who never existed. Real flood protection doesn't depend on one brave child. It depends on generations of engineers, workers, and ordinary citizens maintaining their defenses year after year. Today, the Netherlands faces a new challenge. Climate change is raising sea levels. Instead of simply building higher walls, the Dutch have adopted a new philosophy. Work with the water, not against it. Under the Room for the River program, dikes have been moved inland, allowing rivers to flood safely into designated areas. Some reclaimed land has intentionally been returned to nature. Rotterdam has built parks and public squares that temporarily become water reservoirs during heavy storms. Floating neighborhoods are becoming increasingly common. These homes rise and fall with changing water levels, remaining safe no matter how high the water gets. Another innovative project, known as the sand motor, allows natural ocean currents to distribute sand along the coastline, strengthening beaches without constant human intervention. After 1,000 years of fighting the sea, the Dutch have learned something remarkable. Sometimes, the smartest victory comes from learning to live with nature, not trying to defeat it. Today, Dutch engineers help protect cities around the world, from New Orleans and New York to Bangladesh, Vietnam, Jakarta, and Venice. Whenever a coastal city begins preparing for rising seas, one country is almost always asked for advice first. The Netherlands, because few places on Earth understand water better. If every pump stopped tomorrow, much of the country's low-lying land would slowly disappear beneath the sea once again. But after more than 1,000 years, the Dutch have shown no intention of stopping. Their story proves that determination, engineering, and cooperation can transform an impossible landscape into one of the best places to live on Earth. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more incredible stories about how humanity continues to reshape our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.